Welcome back. We're having such a good time. We weren't even paying attention. This is great. We are live. It is the Star Trek movie premiere. Everyone is excited, and I'm excited to hear who you have next to you, Eleanor, my friend.
All right, this is Rick Berman. Rick is the executive producer of Star Trek Generations. You also have other involvement in the Deep Space Nine and Voyager, right?
Yeah, I produced both of those as well.
And you brought your own generations with you.
This is my next generation, Tommy and Eddie, who are both in the movie tonight. They both play kids. He plays a Vulcan kid.
Do you really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. It was a long time for the makeup, but yeah, it was great.
Did the makeup itch your face or anything?
No, not really.
No. How about you?
And Eddie played a Bolian, so you'll see him. His face is all bright blue.
It took about 4 hours for the makeup, and as soon as we were about to leave, the makeup started to really itch.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get it off okay at the end of the day?
Yeah.
How many days did you work?
1.
Really?
Yeah.
Are the kids at school giving you a hard time or are really proud of you?
Proud of me.
Yeah. I would think you'd be very proud of your kid.
It was a lot of fun for them, a lot of fun.
So you've been involved with the Star Trek, I don't know what you call it. There's everything to do with it, the movies and the TVs, the Star Trek stuff. How did you get involved in that?
I was working here at Paramount, and I was assigned to oversee these the new Star Trek: The Next Generation series before it went on the air in '87. And I met Gene Roddenberry, and he...
You were handpicked, I hear.
Handpicked, that was me. I was handpicked.
Handpicked by the man.
At the grocery store.
Yeah.
But I developed a relationship with Gene, and he asked me to leave my executive post and to begin producing the shows. And
would you consider yourself a Trekkie?
I wasn't then, but I am now.
Yeah, totally. Can you speak Vulcan? I mean, what is that, the Klingon?
The fun of doing what I do is you can make up Klingon words whenever you want, and then it gets put into the lexicon of...
You big executives could pull that out at meetings and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I enjoyed the movie. I'm sure other people will. Thank you very much for spending. Good luck, you guys. Break a leg and have a good time. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
The producer.
That was nice. I need this whole Nexus thing cleared up a little. I think if I were to see a clip, that would help. And clips are great.
Oh, the Nexus thing is really cool.
But this is a clip from the new movie, and we have it right here.
Let it roll.
The energy ribbon that destroyed that ship was not just some random phenomena traveling through the universe. It's a doorway to another place that we call the Nexus. And it's a place I've tried very, very hard to forget.
What happened to you?
It was like being inside joy. As if joy was something tangible and you could wrap yourself up in it like a blanket. And never in my entire life have I ever been as content.
And you were beamed away from that.
Pulled. Ripped away. None of us wanted to go. I would have done anything to get back there.
I'd like to think that taking on the role of Picard in Star Trek 7 years ago was accepting some of the risks, because I had my life very carefully planned out, and it didn't include coming to California to do a TV series.
Warp 1, engage!
But I know that at the same time I could not have been content with myself had I said no to that. I had to taste it and find out what it was like. It was the right decision to make.
And with that decision in 1987, Patrick Stewart warped into Star Trek history as Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the USS Enterprise.
How is that possible?
Sensor records show the observatory launched a solar probe into the sun a few moments ago.
The star is going to collapse in a matter of minutes.
Sir, the implosion has produced a level 12 shockwave.
That'll destroy everything in this system.
Transporter room to bridge. I can't locate Commander LaForge or Mr. Data, sir.
Did they come back to the ship?
No, sir. They are not on board.
How long before the shockwave hits the observatory?
4 minutes.
In Star Trek Generations, there's a search for the Nexus, sort of a heavenly utopia. But in real life, Patrick Stewart says his Nexus is planted solidly on terra firma.
It has in the past been almost invariably in my work, particularly my work on the stage. That's often where I've been happiest, and I've most known who I was and what I was doing, why I was there. And this film, of course, deals with some of these issues. I begin to feel now that perhaps I've had a too much of that in my life and too much imbalance, and so I'm trying to find some of that joy and pleasure and fun in other areas other than my working life. So what happens to Captain Kirk and Captain Picard in the movie is certainly happening to me in my life at the moment. That's just a happy coincidence.
Got the bridge.
Warp here, sir.
Set a course for the Viridian system. Maximum warp.
We're having so much fun.
We are at Paramount Studios here for the premiere of Star Trek Generations, which is number 7 in the Star Trek movie series.
And we're live.
Years after the very first, and we're live. And you know what? We have met everybody.
I have a Star Trek story. Was on the set, got to wander the set. I mean, this is Trekking Week.
Oh, now he's bragging.
No, but it was fun. And I met this guy. He will go nameless, but he told me that he finds Klingon women sexier than human women. He said once they put on that makeup, he just goes wild.
Well, they did have a lot of skin showing in this movie.
Well, I think he likes that big forehead on the women.
Go.
Do you want some trivia? Mm-hmm. It's trivia time. If you happen to be inviting Klingons over for dinner, here are some Klingon delicacies. Maybe I should be reading them. Heart of Targ.
You can't get any of these at the grocery store.
Hippias Claw? Is that good, Ben? Ben, our resident Star Trek expert. Yeah. And of course, Gawk.
Well, I'm sure we've all been enlightened by that little bit of information.
That was yummy trivia.
Let's get out of here.
Let's
See you in a few minutes.
Hey, give me a 5.